Hey, welcome back, BBC fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And we're back with another interview. And this time we're meeting with Optination, who we both met at TFCon, was it LA?
Yes, yeah.
A couple of years ago. So really excited to have him on the channel. And we're going to talk about something that we actually have no experience with. So really good to bring him on. And with that, let's introduce him to Optination.
So, hello, Mr. Optination. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about you guys?
We're doing well. Thank you for coming on to the show with us.
Yeah, no worries.
So, before we get into the stuff that we don't know about, we want to get to know you a little bit better, and so our fans can get to know you a little bit better as well. Yeah. So, why don't we talk about when we met? So, like Bobby said, we met at TFCon LA. I think it was 2023, I believe.
Yeah.
Did you get your tickets for that, James?
I did get my tickets for that. Thank you, Bobby. Is there anything you remember from meeting us at that time?
I was buying one of the deluxe bumblebees, and I was telling you about that, and we kind of branched off and talked from there, and it was a good time.
Yeah, and I remember you were by the custom Devastator that you picked up.
Yes.
And you were like, I just bought that, and we were like, oh wow, and then from there we started talking about everything.
So what Bumblebee, what deluxe Bumblebee was that you were looking at?
I believe it was the Bumblebee movie, DLX Bumblebee.
Yeah, it was like I don't know if it was 3.0, but it was one of the non-transforming ones, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked that, as I teased at the beginning, is Optination collects non-transforming figures. And we always talk about some of the non-transforming figures on the channel, but James and I don't have any experience with that. So we thought it would be great to have you on. So we'll jump into that. But where did the name Optination come from?
So that's actually kind of a cool twist. So I was coming up with a name, and I was thinking, because I'm a huge fan of Optimus Prime, so Opti, and then I'm a huge fan of Alfonso Nation, Optination.
Gotcha.
Cool. Now, I think this question might be a little bit obvious with what you just said, but do you consider yourself an Autobot or a Decepticon?
Autobot, all the way, 100%.
100%. So can you kind of go through your relationship with Transformers? Like, when did you start collecting? Was it something you got into late in life, very early as a child? Let us know about that.
Yeah. So I started collecting Transformers back in 2007 when I was into the Michael Bay live action films. I know they don't get that much love. But my childhood with Transformers started in 2007 with the OG07 film. Yes. And ever since then, it's just grown and grown. And I've had a few friends and family members that have passed on, and that love for Transformers just deepened because of their passing, and yeah.
No, I feel right there with you. Some of my favorite Transformers are ones that remind me of our dearly departed. So, with that being said, who is your favorite Transformer? And
my favorite
Prime, pick somebody else.
Yeah. My favorite Transformer would have to be Bumblebee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From the movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I guess we probably already know this, but what is if you had to pick a favorite continuity, what would that be?
That would have to be the aligned continuity with Transformers Prime.
Okay.
Transformers Prime, in my opinion, was the best show.
Okay.
Now, does that include Beast Hunters? Because I know some people say it fell off during.
Yeah, I love Beast Hunters, And I also loved the movie adaptation they had afterwards.
Nice. I don't remember the movie adaptation. I guess I'm going to have to go and look into
when they
that.
had the Transformers Prime, I can't remember what it's called, but they made a movie after the 3rd season.
Oh, okay, cool.
I actually seen it recently. I don't remember anything about it though. That's bad. I remember going on YouTube and I was like, "Oh, here's something I haven't seen before."
Yeah.
So, we've talked about Transformers, but do you have any other hobbies that folks might?
Yeah, I love playing video games. I love playing Halo, and I also love playing GTA and all that. And I also obviously love playing Transformers.
Are you excited for the Reactivate game?
Yes, I am so much excited for it.
What do you think it's going to be like?
I think it's going to be awesome, and I think it's going to have kind of a apocalyptic. Sorry, wow, I can't talk today. Apocalyptic feel to it, and I can't wait to see what characters they bring in.
Yeah, it already seems like they have a wide range. I know Bobby's very excited about that Power Glide.
I would be excited for a figure that looks like that Power Glide. Yes. And so then let's dive into the non-transforming world. You know, I've always said if I had the money to do both, I guess I'd have to throw Legends in there as well. That it was something I would possibly consider, probably even start doing. But what made you get into YOLO Park and the other non-transforming figures?
Well, before we get into that, I've heard of another non-transforming figure you have, Optination. Okay. So, who is your mascot?
Yeah, my mascot, his name is Tread Depth. He is a 2021 Chevy Silverado. And he is my guardian, my protector. And I get loads of looks because he is fully wrapped in a custom wrap. And everywhere I go, people are like, dude, that is so cool. I actually had someone at a gas station literally yell, who the heck owns that truck outside? And I thought I'm like, am I in trouble? And they said, that is the most awesome looking truck I've ever seen. And it went on from there. And I keep business cards in my glove box for that exact reason.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing that, Bobby.
Yeah.
Some in your glove box, too.
Yeah, well, first, you got to wrap your car, though.
Okay, you pay for it. All right.
Won't be cheap.
Well, let's get into some smaller non-transforming figures now. So what made you get into these YOLO Parks and these other non-transforming figures?
I wanted to try something different a little bit. When I first saw the jazz statue over at Universal Studios, I knew I had to have it. And then when I went to TFCon LA last year and I saw that Devastator, I'm like, okay, you know what? Nope, we're getting that.
Oh, so that's when you started getting them? So when we met is when you started collecting these non-transforming figures?
So when we met back in 2023,
I believe. Yeah.
2023, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Cool. Well, I'm glad to be part of that.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite figure, non-transforming figure that either you have or that, you know, is on, like, maybe, you know, we all have kind of a grail that we want. So which one would that be?
That would have to be the jazz statue.
Oh.
It's the 2007 jazz statue to be exact.
Okay. And I guess that's from the movie then?
Yep.
Okay.
So if somebody wanted to get into these non-transforming figures, is there a company that you would say is a good starting point?
Yeah. Prime One Studios is a good starting point.
And do they do non-transforming, statues or opposable figures?
They do more statues. Okay, let me go back a little bit. if you are wanting to get into non-transforming transformers on a more budget-friendly level, I should say, that would have to be 3-0.
Okay.
Or heck, even Red Line too.
Oh, do you have any of the red line?
Yeah, I do. I have Transformers Prime RC.
What do you think about it?
I love her. She, even though she doesn't transform, she's still like posable, and she's pretty fun to play with.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Do you have any other statues? You mentioned the Studio Series, or not the Universal Studios jazz statue. Are there any other statues that you have?
Yeah, I also have a custom-made Devastator statue that I bought from. I'm trying to remember what his name was. But a company out in California, and they custom made that statue. It took them a few years to make it.
Oh wow!
I decided to pick it up, and I had them ship it because there was no way I was going to drive it all the way back to Utah. That's with how scary it is to bring out every time. I don't like to bring them out a lot.
Yeah, it was very big. I remember seeing that when we were actually at that TFCon LA. Do you remember that, Bobby?
I don't remember what I had for dinner last night, so I definitely don't.
And lastly, so you already have those statues. Are there any that you want to get eventually? We saw the Unicron statue that I think is sitting in a throne, the Devastator statue. Anything that sticks out in your mind that you're looking forward to?
I definitely want to try to get more Prime 1 Studio statues. Definitely more 3-0 stuff as well.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's all of the questions we have for you. Where can our fans find you? Because you have a really cool YouTube channel I think they should check out.
Yeah. You can find me on YouTube at Optination Review. You can find me on Facebook, Optination Review. Patreon, patreon.com/Optination. And yeah, I believe that's it.
Great.
Oh, and on Instagram, Optination_review.
Cool. Well, go check them out. Go follow them. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes, as always, till all debates are won, and you might talk me into getting a statue eventually. Who knows?
And till all our Optination.